Hello and thanks for tuning in to KTPS News, your news source for everything going on here in Topeka Public Schools. I'm Dan Garrett, and I am so excited to be back here telling the amazing stories for our second year here at KTPS News. Now, first up tonight, the students at McClure Elementary channeled their inner Harry Potter. KTPS reporter Julius White tells us how they made the magic.
Hi Dan, the fourth graders here at McClure Elementary School get to be inducted into one of 4 houses. Here they'll learn leadership skills, growth, and volunteering. The students at McClure are ready to get a bag which contains a different color confetti. The confetti will show what house the students will be joining. Once in a house, the students will learn leadership skills and figure out ways to volunteer.
Each of those houses is based off of one of our 4 pillars of character, and each of the names are from a different language and they represent one of the 4 pillars.
Once the bag was selected, the students found out what house they were going into, which is a big step for the students at McClure.
I was waiting all year last year to be in a house because everything went up to 3rd grade and I was in 2nd grade.
The students then join the upperclassmen to begin fun.
My favorite activity is probably all of the fundraisers that we do.
We get to do fun activities with other grades, and 3rd graders can be with the 4th and 5th, and we get to be with younger grades. It's just fun.
I can't wait to see how the houses volunteer this year. For KTPS News, I'm Julius White.
Teachers in Topeka Public Schools come from different backgrounds and each have different ways of how they teach their classroom. Now, KTPS reporter Sean Allen Little introduces us to 2 different teachers and the unique ways that they're teaching in their classroom.
These teachers are overcoming adversity. Whether it's teaching from a wheelchair or using sign language, these teachers are not letting anything get in their way. In Miss Deja Coleman's 1st grade classroom, students are in full swing of learning new vocabulary, math skills, and everything that comes along with 1st grade. This is Miss Coleman's 1st year teaching, and she has to make sure these students are getting everything they need. And she's doing it from a wheelchair. She was born with cerebral palsy, which can affect her dexterity, but her students don't let that impact their learning.
They're always really helpful. They fight over who gets to help me usually.
Well, this is how Miss Coleman's classroom sounds. This is how Rob Geit's classroom usually sounds. He teaches American Sign Language, and he himself is deaf. In his 1st year of teaching, he has to set up some ground rules for his class.
Basically, I tell them, when I'm talking, there should be total silence. When someone else is talking, there should be total silence so we all can be able to communicate with each other.
Both teachers say the students and staff are respectful of their rules and help their teachers out.
And the district has been so supportive and so helpful with navigating that process. And the building staff here as well. I couldn't ask for a better team, better administration, or better support. It's been absolutely amazing.
If you know any teacher who's overcoming adversity, let us know in the comments. For KTPS News, I'm Sean Allen Little.
The McCarter teacher that we told you about last year is a finalist for the 2023 Kansas Teacher of the Year. Now, KTPS reporter Tessa Noland introduces us to the standout teacher.
Miss Pamela Munoz is a kindergarten teacher at McCarter Elementary School. Last week, she attended the 2023 Kansas Teacher of the Year banquet.
Region 2 elementary finalists for our 2023 Kansas Teacher of the Year does come to us from USD 501 in Topeka, Pamela Munoz.
It has been a wild ride for Miss Munoz since finding out she was a finalist for the Kansas Teacher of the Year. She has attended conferences and met with the finalists from last year.
It has been an amazing experience. I'm super excited to work with my 2023 team. They are all amazing individuals.
Munoz is joining the ranks alongside Scott Dual Language Assistant, Principal Miss Lisa Martinez, who is a 2022 finalist.
The amount of growth and professional learning that is going to be available to her, that she is going to be able to bring back to Topeka Public Schools, is going to be paramount.
Since she is a finalist, Miss Munoz will spend this school year touring other districts around the state. For KTPS News, I'm Tessa Noland.
And we'll be back after a quick commercial break, but when we do return, you'll hear about a senior in a Topeka high school who spent her summer to volunteer to paint a mural in one of the elementary schools.
Young people are the heart of our democracy. We are the engines of change. We are the energy of every movement in our country's history. This November, we have another opportunity to change the direction of our country. So my question to you is, how will you make your voice heard on November 8th?
On November 8th, I'll be using my voice to make sure no one in my community has to go to bed hungry.
This November, I'll be using my voice to protect the environment.
I'll be using my voice this November to vote for higher quality education, so we're prepared to lead the world forward.
El 8 de noviembre voy a usar mi voz para hablar para mi gente.
Now that you've heard why they'll be using their voice on November 8th, we want to know why you'll be voting too. Register to vote today at ksvotes.org and make a plan to vote. Then let us know on social media why you'll be voting in this election. And remember, your vote is your voice. Use it.
Now, while most high school students spend their summer either catching up on sleep or spending time at the pool, one Topeka High senior decided she wanted to volunteer. KTPS reporter Hannah Cohen tells us how she spent her summer.
Yali is a senior at Topeka High School. She spent the summer painting this mural you see behind me. She said it originally started as a way to get some volunteer hours, but it turned into a work of art. At Williams Elementary, students have the opportunity to learn alongside live animals, whether it's with chickens, turtles, or even birds. But today, we are heading to the desert. In this room, students will find lizards and desert plants. This summer, Yali spent her days coming to the elementary school to help out our former teacher by painting a giant mural of the desert.
Bringing kids happiness gives happiness to myself.
The mural shows different landscapes you would find in a desert region. It has flowers, cacti, and mountains. Mr. Timothy Brinkman runs the desert lab here at Williams. He just redid the desert here. He was planning to paint the mural himself, but his plans changed.
I just happened to run into one of my former students, and she said, "Hey, Mr. B, I can paint that for you." So I had her do a test area, and I said, "You're hired."
Now the students are enjoying the completed room and mural.
I think they will be so excited because I had continuously bragged about how I was going to redo the whole desert.
The desert is now complete, and the students are using the room. For KTPS News, I'm Hannah Cohen.
And that will do it for our first episode of the new year. Please comment below if there are any stories you would like us to cover going on here in Topeka Public Schools. And please comment below to let us know how our amazing reporters did. Now again, we premiere at 7 p.m. the last Thursday of every month here on YouTube and our Facebook page. So make sure you are following us there. Everyone have a good night.